probably one of the things I was most excited about in the competition, not because I'm an athlete, it's because I'm not an athlete. And the idea of being able to get my sweat profile and really understand more about my health was something that actually, for the first time in my life, motivated me to think about exercise. I think design on its best day is something that helps influence and change behavior for the better. And if this could inspire non-athletes like myself to actually try to move a little bit more in order to learn more about their body chemistry, that's a really big win.
The GX Sweat Patch is a pretty interesting product, and I'm excited to see it in the finals. It offers something that's pretty unique against a lot of the other products in this series. It's a service that's kind of wrapped up in an ecosystem of products. It's multiple things working together to all come together to provide a great experience to those people working out and trying to stay healthy. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
The field of sports medicine is an area that's seen a ton of technology advancement over the last several years. And the GX Sweat Patch now brings the professional level of analysis to the consumer, allowing you to optimize your workout, optimize your nutrition, and all through a great interface. And it's very easy to use. It's a really great product.
I'm really excited about the GX Sweat Patch going through to the finals, and I think that this is a really positive thing for people to know about their body chemistry. So I'm very excited that the Sweat Patch made it to the final.
We all know that hydration is important, but in this world driven by technology and sports science, what is the next step? Ultimately, it's still all about the human equation. And we're here at the world-class IMG Training Center to take a look at a Gatorade innovation that is leading the way into the future. Hey, XAVI.
Corey, welcome. This is where innovation happens. And what we want to do as a brand is that this innovation, this technology that typically has been accessible only to professional teams, to bring it to everyday athletes.
We all know it's important to hydrate, but I'm curious, what's the next frontier?
The next frontier is about personalization. What you need in terms of hydration is different than what I need. Your sweat profile is different than mine.
Sweat profile.
Sweat profile. And because of that, the way you need to rehydrate will be different than me.
That's so interesting because I've been exercising my entire life and I've never thought to look at what I sweat. So I know you have a bunch of stuff to show me. Why don't we go take a look?
Let's do it. Vamos. 50 years of history working with the best teams and athletes in the world.
So XAVI, talk to me about what goes on here in the sweat profile. Let's go back to the future. How did this all come about?
Over the last couple of decades, we've done thousands of tests on athletes. And one of the tests we do most frequently is understanding what they lose in their sweat.
So what's the kind of clinical, for lack of a better term, way to test someone's sweat output in the lab?
Sure. The gold standard for sweat testing is called whole body washdown.
Whole body washdown.
Not a lot of fun. So you put someone in a huge plastic bag. Let's say they're cycling. So you put the bike in the bag, you put the person on the bike, exercise for an hour, you rinse them down, and you have a pool of liquid in the bottom of the bag. We collect that out, sample it, and they're able to tell the athlete what they lost in their sweat. Not practical at all.
Not practical.
Then we move to something called like regional sweat patch. So essentially look at a site on the body, measure from that one site, and then translate it to what the whole body's losing. And in both of these tests, we have to take the sweat back, analyze it in the lab. Not very practical for an athlete. And now we're at the sweat patch level. Let me show you a GX patch. And we're able to tell with this how much you're sweating in fluid per hour, so your sweat rate, as well as understand what your sweat sodium losses are, the most important electrolyte you're losing in your sweat.
So we were able to test and compare the two patches with many athletes within their respective fields of play to make sure that the GX patch itself was both valid and reliable in the field. With our original patch method, it might take up to 24 hours, maybe even sometimes longer, to take it back to the lab, analyze the results, and give the results back to the athlete.
Right.
Whereas with the GX patch, the athlete is able to use it on themselves and get the results almost immediately.
Like, I've never actually looked at my own sweat profile. I'm so interested to see how this works.
How about we go ahead and let you test it out for yourself?
How are you? How was it?
It's great to get a workout in, but more importantly, I have my sweat profile. I downloaded the app, took a picture with my phone, and voila.
And what you saw there was that orange line that started filling up. That's actually your sweat rate. And on the side there is the sweat sodium concentration. The app, once you take a picture, uses the algorithm, and then we can develop a nutrition recommendation for you. This is how much we recommend that you drink. This is how much sodium. And it's also going to give you some other information like, oh, it's X duration, you should have this much carbohydrate. So it's really going to build that fuel plan for you.
Yep. This is just so informative to have this information right here on my phone, using technology, using sports science. I mean, this is a game changer. Hey, Sean, how's it going?
Harry, how are you? Super excited for you to get your sweat profile. I think the next step is for you to get hydrated. So if you open up the lid, you've got piercer right here, basically where your pod is going to go into, and then it's going to make Gatorade like you just find in your store.
I imagine now, based on your sweat profile, there are a range of pods, and you kind of custom tailor and choose a pod based on what you've seen in your sweat profile.
Correct. It also depends on the intensity of workout, how heavy of a sweater, the volume that you sweat out, as well as how much fuel, how intensity your exercise is going to be. Another interesting feature of this is the highly personalized nature of these ID rings. We have the ability to actually make a lot of different designs on the bottle cap here, and you can mix and match and have a lot of flexibility and personalization there as well. There's a really great story that we just did to kind of use the findings and the capabilities that we unlocked with GX and actually co-created a bottle with Serena Williams. You can see on the back side of this TPE, there's the word strong. She is a strong athlete, strong woman. And this is really coming through in the bottle that she co-created with the Gatorade team.
I really love how sustainable this product is. The stats are just amazing. 60% less plastic used, 40% less greenhouse gas emissions, 80% less space needed in transportation, and 90% less usage of water and energy in production compared to ready-to-drink bottles.
The GX Sweat Patch and platform is bringing elite-level sports science to everyone. I'm so inspired that with my new training buddy, XAVI, we're gonna catch another workout. Ready?
Let's do it.
Let's go.